The image that always comes to mind when I think about finding KIWA is some friends of mine had invited me to a rally.
We arrived and we saw a group of people walking across the parking lot in a circle, screaming their lungs out. They seemed angry, but at the same time, so full of hope.
Even before I could see them, I could hear them chanting in Korean and Spanish and English, chanting for workers' rights and economic justice. And I just felt like I'm home.
When we first opened the office of KIWA, it was March 1st, 92. Yeah, 25 years ago already. I was 33. Koreatown was mostly mom and pop stores, a lot of restaurants, a lot of immigrant workers. Not knowing the language and the system, a lot of workers were not paid minimum wage. They were not paid overtime wages. They get injured at workplace. They had no remedies. And that was something that within the community that no one was providing.
We rented a small two-room office on second floor of a strip mall. It's on 3rd Street, outskirts of Koreatown. The idea behind it was to try and empower immigrant workers to solve these problems. And when we started, 30 days later, LA civil unrest started.
Now we've got units from the fire department
or a police officer, their lives in extreme danger.
Right after Saigu happened, the service organization within Koreatown was not prepared to address the need of the affected shops and workers. So, because of Saigu, KIWA was able to become one of the main organizations within the community right away.
We helped victims and sort of became a place for them to meet, to talk about what is it that they want to say, what kind of action do they take. The community, given the traumatic experience of civil unrest, was, I think, more open.
When KIWA was founded, its name was Korean Immigrant Workers Advocates. In 2006, we started to use the same letters, KIWA, but go by Koreatown Immigrant Workers Alliance. We made that choice to reflect the fact that we were not and never had been only Korean. There wasn't a workplace with Korean workers that didn't also have Latinx workers.
I think Korean American community was shocked when we started representing Latino workers in challenging Korean American store owners not to exploit them, and we would actually protest and shame them into doing the right thing.
KIWA really started that model of multi-ethnic organizing way before other groups were doing it. And then new organizations that have emerged have adopted that practice.
For justice in a workplace, it doesn't make sense to say, well, we're only going to organize the Koreans. It makes neither moral or strategic sense to operate that way.
Todos tenemos ese mismo problema del problema social sobre por las cuales hemos estado luchando. No importa si eres latino, coreano, chino, peleamos por la dignidad del ser humano, es todo.
Porque la mayoría de siempre a los que han maltratado, hay más abuso sobre los inmigrantes. Es bueno de que un inmigrante sea el que lleva el poder.
Y lo que van a ver es de que si usamos diferentes cosas como por no usando robos salarios.
KIWA has maintained its organizing strategy of trying to be as grassroots as possible. They are as closely connected to the community in spite of all the changes in the landscape. It's not only about improving working conditions, but improving their livelihood. KIWA has realized that they have to go beyond the workplace and focus on the lives of their members.
KIWA as an organization really opened up to welcoming the community into the space. I mean, there was foot traffic in that office day and night, from the Korean drummers practicing at night to the summer program for the Latino community. There was never a day where there was not a family in there seeking help and another family providing that help. We just created a space where folks feel safe and welcome, and also where our minds would be stimulated to a point of imagining what we had always been told was impossible to do.
KIWA para nosotros es nuestra segunda casa, porque yo siempre lo he dicho que en KIWA no solamente entra el trabajador, entra toda la familia, entran los niños, y también les estamos enseñando a nuestros hijos el poder luchar por sus derechos.
KIWA definitely has their history rooted within the community, and I think it will continue to grow and succeed.
Mis esperanzas para esta organización, que no sea una organización exclusiva de Koreatown. Yo he visto hacia el futuro de que KIWA tenga otras oficinas en todo el estado de California.
KIWA would not be where we are today if it were not for all of our members, our staff, the donors, our partners. It just makes me feel so happy and confident to know that we are united and that we will work together to create a better city and a better state.